The Tapi Pipeline Company Limited, TPCL, plans to develop the Tapi Pipeline project. The pipeline will transport natural gas from the Golkanesh gas field in Turkmenistan through Afghanistan into Pakistan and then into India. The length of the Afghanistan and Pakistan portion of the Tapi project is 1,635 kilometres. Tapi reroute field surveys were started on October the 15th and were successfully completed on November the 23rd. Discussions with stakeholders were undertaken during the studies so that they may learn about the project. It has been started to raise any issues that they are concerned about, make comments and suggestions about how project impacts should be managed, and be provided with contact details to enable them to raise any future concerns with TPCL. To support the development of the Asia Addendum, a socio-economic survey was undertaken to understand the socio-economic characteristics of communities and households that are likely to be directly affected by or will interact with the pipeline route realignment.
تاپی پروژه افغانستان ته هم بهرني ګټې رسوي هم داخلي. بهرني ګټې په یو هغه دا دي چې د مرکزي او سویلي اسیا هېوادونو سره د ترمنځ به همکاري ته وده ورکړي. دا پروژه به د انرژي، مخابراتي او ترانسپورټ په برخه کې احتمالي همکاري لپاره لارې پرانیزي چې دا به د افغانستان لپاره اقتصادي، سیاسي او ډیپلوماټیکي ګټې تامین کړي.
زما په نظر باندې دا یو ډیره ښه پروژه ده، واقعا هم د افغانستان لپاره یو ښه عایداتي سرچینه کېدلی شي.
که چیرې موږ وګورو دغه پروژه د خلکو لپاره د عاید او د کار پرته دا هم کولی شو چې ووایو چې د خلکو د ژوند لپاره نیغه په نیغه ډېرې نورې اغېزې لري، لکه د سولې راوستل. دا هغه سیمو کې عملي کېږي چې روستا یا نورو ځایونه دي، او که چیرې خلک په هغه ځایونو کې په کار وګمارل سي نو دوی به خپل د کلي د امنیت د ساتلو لپاره ډېر کوشش وکړي، ځکه چې د دوی کلي د دغه پروژو له پلوه پرمختللي کېږي.
بعضې هغه خویندې دي چې په کور کې نشي کولی چې مقصده باندې ووځي، د دې څخه به دا ښیي چې دوی خپل په کورونو کې هم هغه ګټه لاسته راوړي چې د برقي سامانالاتو څخه یعنې موږ د ګاز څخه هم ښه کار اخیستلی سو.
کله چې خلک پر کار سول د ځوانانو د تېښتې څخه د هېواد څخه هم مخنیوی کېږي.
په دغه پایپلاین په دغه خوشحاله یو چې موږ وطن پر ارامه شي.
موږ د دې پروژې ملاتړ وکړو، که انجینر یم به زموږ د وطن ورکول کېږي، موږ ته بې ګټه رسېږي، که مزدور ویم به زموږ د وطن وي موږ ته بې ګټه رسېږي، که امنیت ویم به وي. ډېر یو ښه د خیر اقدام دی.
د حکومت سره همدرد وي په دې کار، په هره معنا ورته ولاړ یو.
50 households in the two villages found near the pipeline route realignment were covered during the household survey. Also, 22 different stakeholder groups or individuals were interviewed. Consistent with national environmental law, stakeholder engagement was supported with 35 meetings, which were held with national, provincial and district authorities, as well as with men, women and farmers in the two villages found near the pipeline route realignment. Dynamic Vision conducted the ecology survey in October 2019. Sample sites were selected in potential high biodiversity locations within all the habitats represented along the rerouted pipeline corridor, and a rapid biological survey was undertaken in each of those sites. Sampling was undertaken in compliance with national and international requirements as far as possible. The Southern Desert's biogeographic region in southern Afghanistan, Helmand and Kandahar provinces, supports at least 36 mammal species, including habitat specialists such as Brandt's hedgehog, sand fox, Hotson's five-toed jerboa and Baluchistan gerbil, all of which potentially occur in the study area. The only threatened mammal likely to occur in the study area is the marbled polecat. Approximately 200 bird species are known to occur in Kandahar and Helmand provinces in southern Afghanistan, either as breeding residents, breeding migrants, non-breeding migrants, and birds moving through en route to other non-breeding grounds. At least 34 reptile species and 3 amphibian species occur in the general vicinity of the study area, of which at least 3 agama species are endemic to the Registan North Pakistan sandy desert ecoregion: Clark's toadhead agama, Alcock's toadhead agama, yellow speckled toadhead agama. In addition, Clark's and Alcock's toadhead agamas are potentially restricted range species. The most obvious ecosystem services in the study area are provisioning services, particularly the collection of shrubs and herbs, presumably for fuel wood and traditional medicine. There was no indication of whether this is regarded as a high-value service by the community or not, but the harvesting of a shrub known locally as meswak was noted at several sites and is potentially a high-value service. Several shotgun rounds were located in one of the survey sites, and it appears that, although limited, hunting takes place. A regulating service that is recognised by the local communities is the value of certain shrubs in stabilising sand dunes. A plant known locally as karawore was very effective as a dune stabiliser, but was being harvested illegally and sold commercially in Kandahar and even outside the country. The Physical Environment Survey consisted of a corridor drive-through and surveys of 5 selected locations representative of the environment. Observations were recorded and additional information obtained from local villagers. Water was sampled where possible from boreholes and surface water bodies. The survey focused on the 500-metre pipeline corridor and consisted of a drive-through, stop-and-go survey of the entire corridor, observing and documenting conditions along the route, and detailed observations were made at 5 selected locations, footprints, along the route representative of the different physical environment conditions experienced. The survey team collected baseline data on topography, morphology, ground conditions, land degradation and desertification, wind erosion, soil, groundwater and surface water, flood-prone areas and sedimentation aspects along the pipeline corridor and at the 5 selected locations. Photographic evidence as well as visual observation, GPS points, notes and in situ water monitoring were recorded. Area access was dictated by security constraints, with some areas having evidence of unexploded ordnances, UXOs, and others unsafe due to the high level of conflict in the area. Noise monitoring was conducted for selected locations along the route considered to be representative of the nearest noise-sensitive receptor, NNSR, to the proposed pipeline route and associated infrastructure. The survey followed the same methodology proposed in the fieldwork plan. For the archaeological survey, meetings and interviews were held with the Ministry of Information and Culture, MYC, and the Provincial Directorate in Kandahar to glean information on the area and introduce the team to the government archaeologist who accompanied them on the survey. Some cultural historical sites were noted to exist within 3 to 6 kilometres of the pipeline corridor, but none were located within the corridor itself. No registered archaeological sites were found in the corridor pipeline. 4 religious cultural historical sites were identified outside the pipeline corridor between 0.5 kilometres to 3.2 kilometres north, 2 of which are registered with the Board of Antiquities and Heritage, Condi Mansour and Mullah Hassan Akund, and 2 that are of great importance but not yet registered, Ibrahim Khalifababa and Haji Nikah. All sites seem well preserved and were documented by the survey team together with the NYC archaeologist, confirming data on the registered sites as well as providing revised data on one of these sites. The 2 unregistered sites are now recorded by NYC, which will hopefully increase their protection and result in their registration.
مننه کوو د ډاینامیک ویژن له شرکت څخه چې په دغه سروې کې دوی تر خپله وسه پورې خپل کوښښونه وکړله د کومې ورځې څخه چې دوی کندهار ولایت د مسیر د بدلون په برخه کې راغلي وه د ټولو زیرربطو ادارو سره هغه چې کوم په ټولنیزو او د ټولنیزو او چاپیریالیزو ارزیابي کومه سروې چې وه په هغه برخه کې د ټولو زیرربطو ادارو سره ولیدل کوم سروېګانې چې دوی ترسره کړلې وخت په وخت د زیرربط ادارو سره معلومات شریک کړله هغه کم موظف کسان چې هغوی د ځان سره ساحې ته بیولي دي هغه سیمې د دوی د خوا څخه دوی ته ښودل شوي دي معلومات په ګډه راټول شوي دي